This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now, yes, the more observant among you may have noticed that I've been wearing the same shirt for the past few days in these videos. That's because all of the videos are getting recorded on the same day. At the moment, it's Friday, a couple of hours before the live stream, but you're probably watching this when it goes live on YouTube on Wednesday. Anyway, so what we got today? Well, it's another viewer request. I've been doing like the occasional series of videos, like a beginner's guide to... Last week it was hybrid picking, I think it was. So this week we've got another beginner's guide to, and this is a beginner's guide to tapping. I'm going to show you how to do it and, you know, how to kind of get some licks happening with this particularly fantastic technique. It's easier than you think, as you're about to find out. Okay, let's get into this then. Before we start, I will just mention that I'm not using my kind of regular recording guitar tone. I never do for these kind of demonstration parts here for logistical reasons and just technical reasons. It's to do with having to record voice and guitar at the same time. I'm using two different PCs here, and the PC that I'm using to record my voice on is the one that has Reaper and all of that sort of stuff installed in it. And the PC that I'm using to record the guitar on is just hooked up to the little Yamaha THR5 practice amp. So apologies if the tone isn't up to the usual expected standards, but you know, it's all about the technique and the kind of things you're going to learn, really. So what we're going to do is we're going to be using A minor pentatonic. I'm sure you know this shape. And then, if you know your pentatonic positions, you know that the next shape up from that is this one. There we go. Okay, so two patterns of A minor pentatonic, and there they are combined like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that thing there where we've got three notes on each string, and we're going to do two notes on each string with the left hand, and the remaining note on each string with the right hand. And at this point, you have a choice to make. You have a decision to make. What are you going to do with the pick? Okay, many people will just kind of hang on to the pick and just kind of keep it in the hand the way they normally do, and do the tapping with this finger here like this, and that kind of makes perfect sense. That's the way, if you're going to learn to do tapping, I would recommend you do it, to be honest with you. But my habit that I got into early on in the game was I developed this little, let's get me hand in shot, this little kind of thing of, there's the pick, and I just kind of palm it in there like, can you see that? In there, in the kind of crook of my finger, much the same way as a magician will, you know, kind of hide a coin in the hand, which they then pull out from behind a child's ear, that kind of thing. So that's what I tend to do with the pick. Now, what you've got to also be pretty slick at here is muting. And you basically rest the heel of your hand like that, and as you're reaching down to kind of do the tippity-tappity stuff like this, what happens is that the kind of heel of your hand, if you like, is muting the bass strings, and then as you come up the strings like this, you're kind of lifting that mute off, but the underside of this finger is muting any stray notes on the treble strings. And that is just something that needs to become reflexive and muscle memory. Okay, now what we've got on each string are three notes, as I said, and I'm going to call those notes the top note, the bottom note, and the middle note. Okay, I sometimes will use the fourth finger there for the middle note, sometimes I'll use the third finger. It depends how I feel, basically. Today feels like a middle finger kind of day, or third finger. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to tap the top note, then pull off to the bottom note, and then hammer onto the middle note like that. And that is the basic cycle that we're going to be basing much of what we're doing around. So it's going to go like that. And that is the first thing to master, getting that going round in an infinite loop so you can't hear where it begins or ends. Aim for fluency and the speed will come. Sooner or later you'll be able to do that at that kind of speed. It's just, you know, it's the fluency that creates the speed. If you go for the speed, then you're likely to sacrifice the fluency and it's not going to sound good. So then we need to think about how we're going to kind of cross onto another string. And what I do, the way I do this, is I'll do the top and bottom notes as per usual, but when I do the middle note, I'll hammer on onto the next string like that. My muting was a little bit too effective there. Like that, so you can hear I'm doing top, bottom, and then middle note on the next string. Okay, and you can get a really cool little lick just by doing that, by alternating the middle note from string to string. So that would be, you know, get a bit of speed behind that eventually. Like that, okay? But once you've got that knack of moving from one string to another, then you can just walk down the scale pattern. So once I've gone, I can now bring the tapping finger onto that second string and do top, bottom, middle, like that, and then maybe top, bottom, and then middle note on the next string, and so on. So top, bottom, middle, then top, bottom, middle note on the next string, then, you know, just observing the scale pattern, top, bottom, middle, top, bottom, middle on the next string, top, bottom, middle, top, bottom, middle on the next string, and then just round off like that. So you can string all that together and get something like that. Okay, so that is, you know, and let's hear that with a bit of kind of fire behind it, that kind of thing. So that's how you can create descending tapping licks. I also like to do ascending ones. I don't tend to usually start on the 6th string. I just tend to find it somehow more appealing to start on the 5th string. And what I like to do is this is a particular favourite of mine, but the principle applies however you apply this. I like to just kind of tap an A minor arpeggio. Like that, and then just kind of bounce off that with this hand here doing pattern 1 of A minor pentatonic. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go again top, bottom, middle, and then moving on to the next string, top, bottom, middle, top, bottom, middle, top, bottom, middle, and then extend the arpeggio up that string, top, bottom, middle, then back down. And then when I tap onto that note there, I tend to like to kind of pull off or pull out from under that with a bend. So you get something like that. And again, with a little bit of fire behind it. That kind of thing. And that is really how I approach tapping with pentatonic scales. So all you got to remember is it's always top, top, bottom, middle. Okay? And then when you're descending, you're crossing to the new string on the middle note. But when I'm ascending, I'm crossing to the new string with the top note. Okay? And you know, speed that up a bit and you've got something that's going to be a bit of a face-melting lick. And, you know, it doesn't take a lot of work to do it. You know, a few weeks of just kind of doing this for maybe, a few kind of minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, just getting this technique so that it's feeling, intuitive and it's in the muscle memory, you'll soon be ripping out these kind of licks. Have fun with it. So there you have it. Hopefully that wasn't too painful. As I said in that clip there, just focus on the fluency, getting the smoothness to it. And, as soon as that coordination between the two hands kind of gets ingrained into the muscle memory of what you're playing, then the speed will just naturally flow out of that. Avoid the pitfall of trying to play faster than your fingers want to move, because that's when it's going to cause you to tense up and it's just going to sound bad, and you're going to start building in a lot of bad technique if you start doing it that way, which you can never make bad technique sound good, no matter how hard you try. So just concentrate on getting it right, then getting it fast. That's the best piece of advice I can give you for anything on the guitar, to be honest. So there you have it. All of those examples that I demonstrated there, kind of the basic technique on a single string, and then moving on to another string via using the middle note to cross over, and then descending the scale, and then maybe ascending the scale like I did there by using an arpeggio with the tapping finger. All of those are all tabbed out and up on my Patreon page in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with that little clip there that you've just seen of me demonstrating everything. And you can download it and watch it as many times as you need to get the technique under your fingers. So there you go, folks. That's today's video. Hope you found it useful and informative, and if you did, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and why not give me a like while you're at it. I'll just mention, because I haven't mentioned it in the last couple of videos, the live stream on Friday, 5 p.m. UK time, which is in a couple of hours' time as far as I'm concerned, but it's in a couple of days' time as far as you're concerned. 5 p.m. UK time on a Friday, we have a live stream, which is just basically sitting around having a beer and just a bit of a chat, and it's a great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see many of you there. If you're interested in supporting the channel, as I say, you can join the Patreon. Thank you to everyone who's already done that, or you can click on any of the links in the description that, there's courses to enroll on and all manner of great things that you can do to help me keep the lights on around here. As I say, if you're doing any of that already, thank you so much. It really is appreciated. And if you're thinking about doing it, well, thank you in advance. And with that, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Stay well, folks. Stay safe. And above all, stay sane. Bye for now.